Okay, so within the practice 7a, we're going to be setting up duplicate views and callouts in our hotel model. So task number 1 here, we're going to open the new file, it's on screen, and then we're going to right click in the project browser on the first floor plans views, and what we're going to choose is we're going to choose duplicate, and we're going to choose duplicate with detailing. And what you can see from before we do it, door tags are here, and if we go duplicate with detailing, the duplicate also has the door tags. And what we're going to do is we're then going to rename that view. So we're going to right click on the view, and we're going to choose rename, and we're going to call that first floor with pool. I'm going to change that from being 1 to 100 scale to 1 to 200. And as you can see, all the annotations Revit takes care of making them bigger for you. We're going to go back to the original first floor plan, and then what we're going to do is we're then going to show the crop. So in Revit, to show the crop, we can then hover down next to sunglasses. We can click the show crop button. And then what we want to do is we want to then select the crop, and then using these little blue dots, pull the crop down so that it's over the model. And likewise the base, we want to pull that up. Now the grid lines automatically stretch to the correct size. Now, we then might want to hide this. So we click the little button again, and then it disappears. Now, in the project browser, we then want to go to we then want to right click on the floor plan second floor, and we want to duplicate again the second floor plan. Now that makes a duplicate copy of it, but with no door tag. So duplicate with detailing brings us tags over, the duplicate by itself doesn't. We're going to rename that to typical guest room floor plan. And we want to turn the crop on, we want to select it, and once we've selected it, in our properties palette, we can scroll down and we want to turn on the annotation crop. And now what we've got is we've got a line which is a crop, and then we've got a little dashed line around the outside which is the annotation crop. Okay, so what we need to do is again stretch this down. Crop this view. Now at the same time, we want to then adjust the annotation crop down like that. Now we want to make the crop region hidden again, so we can then hide the crop region. We want to select one of the grids. We can right click on it, and we then want to hide that category. And then we want to then zoom out. Right, so for task number 2, we're going to be now adding a callout view. So on the same plan that we had before, we want to zoom into this area here a little bit, and we then go to the View tab, and then we want to make a callout. What we want to do is we want to place a callout around this room here, so we click one point, and then we can pick another point, and I then can select the call out, and then using the little blue pieces or blue circles, we can then adjust this to fit. There's our little call out. Now, to go to that call out, you can just double click on the little reference. Okay, there it is there. So let's select this, let's right click on it, let's rename it. Now there's a bit of grey stuff here, so that's mostly like the underlay. So let's go back to the properties of this view, and the underlay for the first floor, let's turn that to none. Okay, gets rid of that, so it goes back to being a bit normal there. And then again, we want to make a couple of copies of this. So let's duplicate this, and then again rename that. So instead of dimension plan, how about the furniture plan? Now I want to go back to the first floor plan, and we want to do some more call outs. So let's make a call out of, let's say, this area here. Once I've made the call out, we can then select the call out boundary and then move the bubble to suit. Okay, we want to make another call out. Let's make a little call out of this stair area, so we can click that. And then again, we can then move the call out bubble, and then we can make a final call out around some of the rooms, and again move the call out bubble as we want. Now we want to rename those as well, so we can select the first one, or we can double click on the bubble reference and then we can rename it. Go back to the first floor plan view. We can double click the reference bubble. We can then rename this. First floor restrooms. Go back to the floor plan. Double click the reference bubble. And again rename this to first floor stair 2. Now we can check on what these are named by hovering our mouse over the call out, and then the tooltip will be the name of what the view is. Okay, for task number 3, we're going to do some override graphics in the views. Basically what elements look like in our view. So we're going to go to our typical guest room dimension plan, and we're going to type either VV or VG, or we're going to click this button here on the properties palette for visibility graphics overrides. VV is a typical button. Okay, so in here we're going to have a look at this big long list. And what we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we're going to untick casework. We're going to untick furniture and furniture systems. And we're going to also untick plumbing fixtures. We're then going to tick OK, and those elements won't ever be shown on this plan. And we're going to go to the furniture plan, and again type VV or VG, and we're then going to select all, and then once we've selected them all, We're then going to make everything a halftone, and then we're then going to click None. And then what we're going to do is we're then going to check the halftone marks a little. We're going to untick the halftone for casework, furniture and furniture systems, and also for plumbing fixtures as well. So when I go to OK, the plan should be all nice and grey. We can click Apply. It does that. And then we want to then move to the Annotations tab, and then we then want to untick Show Annotations, and then we want to then click OK. Now no dimensions shows, nothing at all, just the element.